Ready, everyone. Here I am. Sorry about that. Um, got my iPad here so I can check. So these I already have in little 2x2 cardboard things. And we'll start off with my first coin roll hunting box ever. So, if I can even find it here. There it is. 1920. Okay. I think we're back on. Let's just make sure. Yep, we're back on. Alright. Sorry about that, everybody. Little bit of technical difficulty. Slow internet always sucks, but this is the official grid book, yada yada. Pretty much everybody has it. And here's the 1920S. I'd say it's about $1.50. It's probably not even in fine condition. I mean, it's probably worth more around 75 cents. Yeah, Giovanni, it gave me a message that it was being slow, so yeah, I just had to do that real fast, but I'm trying to get my iPad to work because filming this on my phone, which is why I hinted camera needs charged, but it was really my phone. Um, yeah, I want to be able to chat with you guys, but it wasn't letting me do that through the app, so. Every time I try and tap on YouTube online, it just goes, here we go. Nope, it just brings me to the app. Dumb thing. Alright, well. Technical difficulties, that's usual. But anyway, here's that 1920S. Pretty basic wheat cent. And I'd say, like, this is my oldest coin that I've ever found. Well, I have two buffalo nickels, but I'll have to nicodate them because I really don't know the date on there. But yeah, whatever. So these might be older. I just don't know. And I can see like the very corner of the date here. Of course, YouTube Live doesn't like to focus, but haven't marked on this coin, but it's a 1917 plain. And the double die, even in this condition, would be worth about 85 bucks. But if it's not the double die, it's only going to be about 30 cents in this condition, which is still pretty good. I mean, you're turning 1 cent into 30 cents. But I've seen buffaloes way greater than this, but I'm still happy to have them. They're in my nickel hunt video, which was actually my second coin roll hunt ever. I just need to edit. And then my third oldest penny ever is this 1929. It's got a tiny bit of shine on it, but even though it's not super shiny, this is still really great condition. Everything's readable. All the lines on the wheat ears are good. So, I mean, out of all these, my favorite would probably be the 1920S, just to see an S mint market is always cool. So, and then here's my shiniest wheat cent ever found. Absolutely beautiful. That's probably AU condition, at least. It's very shiny. In terms of wheat cents, like if we're not sorting by date, this would definitely be my favorite because it's always nice to find a shiny wheat cent. Thanks, Giovanni. I love it. And then here I just have an assortment of memorial pennies that are pretty nice, and based on condition, I kind of just sorted through the values of them. So we have a 1961, there's a 64, 62D. Now, since YouTube doesn't give you a lot of camera room and stuff, that's gonna be about it. Um, but out of these, my favorite would be this 1959. Um, so in terms of mintages below 50 million, because that's the semi-key date, that's when they start popping up. Um, I do have these, and all these nickels in here are from my first nickel hunt ever. My camera's really close to the ground, so it's gonna be a little bit sideways, or you know what, I can just fold it like this. Lowest minted on here is this 1942 S, and that is silver. And there were only 32.9 of those minted, so that was probably one of the best from my hunt of nickels. There were some other ones on here that are pretty close to being as low. Here's a 36.5. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that was... Here's probably the lowest one I have, and that's a 1951D. Definitely happy to have that. We have a 35.9 million minted on this 1956 plane. And that's about it for mintages under 15 million, or 50 million. Goodness gracious. And by the way, I got these at Barnes & Noble, so I never knew that Barnes & Noble had such a nice coin collecting section. But they really do. And I started coin collecting towards the beginning of the year. And at that time, I was not very educated on these. So this 1947 here, I found that in my first hunt. I had gotten a Q-tip, some rubbing alcohol, and then some toothpaste and rubbed this thing clean, thinking that, oh, I just made a wheat cent shiny. When really it probably decreased the value of the coin, but put it in the book because I'm sure I have another one laying around here somewhere, but yeah. Every time I get like 25 bucks, you know, grandparents and stuff, every time they see you, if you don't see them that often, they always like to give you some gifts. I usually get about 20 bucks from my grandma every time she comes to see me. So I just use that and buy a box of pennies, you know, get $5 of my spare change. And that's why most of my videos on here are all hunting pennies. This was all from that first hunt, 1953D, that I cleaned. These two down here that are sort of shiny, those I did not clean, which thank goodness. We have a 1960. Still need to weigh that up to see if it's a small date. Another nicer 59, not as nice as the one I put in the 2. And then it just goes into the memorial pennies, and I pull out, I'm not one of those copper hoarder people that you see on TV, but I am a person who hoards all the shiny copper that I find, so. And I do have some of these, but I'm only putting them in there if they're shiny. Very fine condition or better, so. And I believe, yep, I do have one estimate mark filled out here. Alright, sorry, I was talking to Giovanni there. But here was the thing that started it all. I had started watching people like Hidden Treasure Hunter, Rob Finds Treasure back in late 2017. It's frozen, so. Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just the image. Yeah, we're getting audio here, but we're not getting the image to show up. But it is frozen on what I was going to show you, so I'll just talk about it and then maybe it'll pop back up here. But The top one that says Proof Kennedy half dollar, that is a 2014 S. Um, I got this mint set way back in the early part of the year. Um, so yeah, I had been like hunting bills and stuff, and just, you know. All right, Giovanni, welcome back. The screen is frozen, so um, don't be alarmed about that. It's not you. Okay, there we go. It's back. Um, very sorry about that. Um, but here, so I had started hunting bills and stuff back in 2017, and I had always just been like, coins are kind of gross, so many more people touch them and they're always a lot older. But then I got this mailed into me, and they got 2014 S, which I love this. This has all the different finishes. An uncirculated finish from the Philadelphia Mint, and 2014 D. And what most people don't know, I mean, if you've been coin collecting for a while, I'm sure you know this, is that uncirculated has two meanings. It could mean a coin that is meant for circulation but hasn't been circulated. And then the second meaning is the type of finish. Like if you look here, on camera they look pretty much the same, but this one's a bit shinier and has just a tiny bit more detail. So, and I love proofs. This is the only proof half dollar that I have. Well, I mean, I have some older ones, but I wouldn't know if they are proofs, because if they were, the finish is worn. And that brings me into the next thing. And it's this 1935 Walking Liberty half dollar. My grandma got this from a bank. She won this. Somehow I didn't even realize banks could really do that, because usually, I mean, I've heard of tellers picking out silver from rolls and stuff, but I've never heard of like giveaways at banks. And I'm sure this was back in like the 80s or 90s, but still, very happy to have it. S Mint Mark, pretty good condition, and it has its certificate of authenticity, which is awesome. That is probably my favorite half dollar of all, but here we are with my favorites also, and it appears that we are frozen again. Wait, maybe not. Okay, no, we're not. Sorry about that. Alright, see you in the other stream. Bye, Giovanni. I believe we still have one person here, so that's fine. But here we go. This was found in my most recent half dollar hunt, and my only half dollar hunt, because my bank will not order me another box. But here we have three great condition 1964 Kennedys, which are probably my favorite coin of all, besides the Walking Liberty. Just 90% silver 1 year, and like 3 in 1 hunt and no other silvers. I don't know, that seems kind of weird to me. This one's dirty. I really don't want to clean it, just in case I were to ruin the silver. But man, the sound of silver as well. I love that, but I'm not going to do that too much in fear that I will scratch the coins up. But yeah, that's pretty much all in terms of half dollars, besides my NIFCs, and there were a ton of them in that last box. I do have a 2009, but that's sitting somewhere else. I believe I know where it is, but I don't have time to check right now. Gotta get this stream over with. But here's all the NIFCs. They are absolutely beautiful. We've got a 2004 D, 2014 D. Nothing comparable to this mint set here. 2002 Philadelphia, 2002 Philadelphia, 2003 Philadelphia, 2002 D, and another 2002 D. You find a lot of 2002s. This one is really nice. It has some scratches, but probably one of my nicer NIFCs, besides the mint set, of course. If I can even get them back in the roll. I don't buy those dumb customer wrap rolls, and I say dumb only because they charge you so much. Like They charge you basically for paper. I'm re-rolling some of those halves right now in office paper, and it's much cheaper. Not that I'm like poor or anything like that, but um, I'm not rich either, but definitely not poor. And I'm not just gonna waste my money on customer wrapped rolls when I can just use a butter knife to do that. On my next box, I'm gonna do that to all the rolls. I only did it to 2 just to experiment. But yep, that's pretty much it. I don't believe that we have anyone on right now, but that is fine. Um, at least we did have some people, and of course you can watch it after. Um, Gonna be right back real fast. Just gotta check some. Alrighty, guys, everything seems to be good. Sorry about that. Let me just check my battery real fast. And woo, we are at 35%. That's not good, but let's try and continue this stream. Um, I've got a ton of wheat cents, a ton of nickels, some nice 71s and stuff like that. Some nice Washington quarters. Why don't we just show you my star notes real fast? Sorry if the audio is a little bit bad today. Sorry it took me so long to get that. I'm busy at the moment. Gotta put those buffaloes back. Also, I do have a 2009 nickel. That's always fun. But here's my star notes. We've got 3 $1 star notes, and funny story, back when I started hunting, I really did not pick up on everything. Like, I only picked out the good condition ones, didn't even check their rarity or anything. And I had gone to the bank one time to get a box of pennies, my first, well, no, that was my, you know what, it was my first box of pennies. And I had gotten a really rough star note back in change. Did not keep it, but I had taken a picture of it because I was starting to get into the rarity. And it was like one of the rare ones that I would have found if I would have saved it. But, I got a basic. These are all very high print runs, so nothing special here. But, 05900690 star. So, nothing too special there, but classic. Thanks to whoever just liked the video. That helps me out a bunch. Gives me ambition to start going again. So, another basic one. Here's the $5 one. Pretty rough shape, but still kind of crisp. Always good. And last but not least, I believe this was my first star note ever. Pretty good condition. I thought it was going to be a low print run, but it really wasn't. I think that's the lowest print run that I have, but it's nothing, like, spectacular. So, that is that. And then here's just for satisfying purposes. I've always just wanted a brick of cash. So when I got into that, I ordered an uncirculated one at the bank and just enjoyed that. So that's going to be pretty much it when it comes to my best finds and bills. And I'm not doing giveaways yet on this channel, just so you know. I don't want to be the person asking for money. And I don't really want to do a free giveaway. I might send something to Rob Finds Treasure, but that's it. So if you guys just want to hang around till my battery gets to 10% when it forces me to charge it, or it turns off, just hang around. We'll have some fun, hopefully. Yeah, just... Alright, so what I do is basically just get a couple pieces of paper. Get about the size that I think I need. Rough estimate, of course. You want to divide it into 3 this way, so I have 2 more that I'll do there, and in half this way. It doesn't matter if they're even or not. The bank won't care. I won't care. Nobody's gonna care. So basically I count 10 out, and at the time that I did that $half hunt, I had no idea about the no FGs. Sorry about that. So I'm just gonna be looking at the eagle's thigh, under the eagle's thigh, right thigh to us, left for the eagle, and just seeing if there's no FG or not. So far, all of them have had an FG. Believe that's 4. Yep. Here will be $5 of halves. Six. FG, 7. FG, 8. 9. And 10. Alright, all of them have FGs, so... Unfortunately, nothing special. Okay, so 2, 4... 2, 3, 4. Alright, I believe that is $10 in halves. We're just gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright, sorry about that. Just wanted to make sure that I was in that, and then thank you, Giovanni. I remember talking to you on Trey's Treasures. That was a fun time. Always fun to do live streams, and thanks for supporting the channel. I'm not a big YouTuber or anything, but just getting like a like or something, it makes my day, honestly. And tomorrow, hopefully, it was kind of gross out today, but hopefully tomorrow I can run to the bank and get a box of nickels and then maybe a stack of 20. No, right now I do not have rolls of pennies, but Rico, I wish I did. I've hunted them all. I'm the type of person that gets like 4 boxes in one day. Hey, I'm gonna hunt these over the course of a week. By 5 o'clock, if I get them at noon, by 5 o'clock they're all hunted, man. Like, I cannot hold myself back, but I'm re-rolling halves right now and talking to you guys, so if you guys have any questions or recommendations for the channel, just let me know. Alright, look for no FG. Nope. That is a 1977, but I do believe that it has an FG. I always look above the eagle's leg at first, and then I'm like, oh my god, a no FG. No, I do not have any rotated die coins. I checked that very closely. Sadly, I do not. I do wish I did, but I'd always be kind of nervous, like, oh my gosh, is this counterfeit? But I'm always on the lookout for those types of things. Around me, I more just find old stuff. Not like super old stuff, more just like 20s, 30s, up through the 50s and 60s. But that is fine with me. It's not bad. Yeah, I don't really get too many error coins. I did have a 1999 penny that was pretty offset, but off-centered and stuff. But I gave it away as a gift to an unnamed person who wanted it. I always hate when it's so worn and you can't tell if it's an OFG or not. Alright, 2 more and then that makes a roll. Alright, there we go. Get my makeshift roll here. I do have a microscope, but I'm not a really big fan of using it because I like to hunt in my room most of the time so I can make videos and my family's not looking at me like, what the hell, why is he just talking to himself? And it's a really tight setup in here. I do hook it up to my computer sometimes and check for double dice, but I don't usually put it in my videos just because I think that it would not be a great usage of time. But yeah, Barnes & Noble, definitely a great place. I was hoping that I could find a coin shop that sold like supplies too, and I could not, but they did have a Barnes & Noble, and man, there's tons. It's weird, oh, that really sucks, Giovanni, but at least, like, for double dice and stuff, that wouldn't really matter, but if you're looking for, like, errors in the words, like one letter's close to another, like a close, AM on, like, the half dollar or something, or, like, a AM that's, like, too wide, that would kind of suck just because, but you know, if my microscope was backwards, I'd probably go get a different one or somehow try and reverse it, but yep. Do you guys recommend re-rolling dimes? The only thing I'm re-rolling right now is half dollars, because I don't really trust the bank's coin machines. You know, Wells doesn't have a coin machine, so I have to go to a different bank to turn my coins in. But Wells used to have coin machines, and I remember I would count the halves out beforehand, and they'd dump it through, and it would be like 20 bucks off. And I feel like there were some times I got pretty ripped off. And I was not a fan of that at all, so I re-roll my halves and then say, hey, can you do these separate from my pennies, dimes, and stuff? Just because I know the coin machines have problems. So I counted like $100 out beforehand. Can you please do that? I just say stuff like that. And then the bank's like, sure. I don't really know if they do, but the bank that I go to dump now has better coin machines than what Wells did a couple months ago. So yeah, but do you guys recommend re-rolling dimes and nickels? I've heard that Rob Finds Treasure never rolls pennies, sometimes rolls nickels, rolls dimes, and up he rolls, so I don't know. Just never really felt the need to, and like I said, I don't feel like going up to buy, using my coin roll hunting money to go and buy rolls. So I just use a butter knife, and it works like that. And in my next penny hunt that will be coming out here shortly, probably by the end of the week, hopefully. Yeah, Giovanni, I don't either. Sometimes it's stressful, but with halves, like I said, I don't trust the bank. Just because, even though I have a good $1,000 in coin roll hunting funds and bill hunting funds, different stuff like that, you know, the second the bank starts taking like $20 from you per box of halves that you roll up, if their coin machine has an error, then, you know, you're going to start losing money pretty fast. So I just say, you know, hey, I counted this beforehand and yada yada. But yeah, I just use butter knife to do that. But like I was saying in my next video here, which my next video will be the nickels, but by the end of the week, I'm going to be uploading my penny hunt, and that is going to feature a dime hunt, which I found nothing. So, I mean, it's just going to be like, hey guys, I'm going to be hunting dimes and pennies today. Oh, nothing in the dimes. Let's get on with the pennies. But I live streamed like half of my last penny box on, I think it was last. It was a week. It will be a week from tomorrow. So, yep, that was a good box. I found my 1917 and my 1929. That's in really good shape there. So that bank that I get that from has been like on the rise. Um, Big dollar coins in a credit union. You mean like the Eisenhower dollars? I believe that you can. They're not always gonna have it. Um, Personally, I go to bank and trust companies. Just because of the FDIC, where my accounts are and stuff. Um, but I believe that you can, but it's only if someone had brought them in. I know that they can order the Sacagawea coins for you or the presidential dollars. Um, but I'm not sure about that. Um, the only thing that I've gotten from a credit union is pennies and a box of dimes, in which the dimes I found nothing, but the pennies, there were like 3 wheat cents in that box, which was terrible. But I hunted that with my friend, and I got all the wheat cents, so that was funny. I don't really consider that a box that I did, because I wasn't doing my YouTube at that time, so. But my worst box while making videos has been 5 wheat cents, so I consider myself fortunate, and I'm glad. But, yep, that's pretty much. And do you guys hunt quarters at all? Um, I've been like on the edge of should I order a box of quarters or not. I know you don't usually have to order them, but I don't know if my bank would have that. They're not. My Wells Fargo is in a giant bank. It's like more of a smaller location, but they usually have stuff. Um, Man, I thought I missed a silver there for a second. There was a darker one, but it's the famous 1971. So, that's always funny. Come on, throw me an OFG. You found a barber in quarters? Wow. I know I hear boxes that have like no silver. Like someone can go 10 boxes of quarters without finding a silver. But that sounds pretty good. I may try it. Well, this one has some weird toning. Wow, what do you know? It's 1971. Those are the rarest coin in the world. Man, I really want an OFG. Again, hence the reason, like, when I do this, I don't want to be using a microscope, because every coin, sticking it under, no, you know, I can just look with the naked eye. And for, like, the past few months, I've been absolutely dreaming about finding a coin with an error that's, like, never been discovered, like, ever. I always thought that would be cool, like the first one to find a certain type of double die, or first, like something's missing, or a letter in America is upside down, or something like that. That would be awesome, but I feel like the mint's been better lately, not necessarily in terms of die cracks. They still suck when it comes to die cracks, because I find a ton of 2018s with die cracks, but the oldest coin I've ever seen in person was, I believe, what was it? It was a Flying Eagle cent. I can't remember the year, but there were only like 10 years that those were made, so it was in there. Um, let's look up. I've always wanted to get a large cent, but those are so expensive when it comes to coin shows and coin shops. Um, I do want to say 1868 for my. No, it wouldn't have been 1868 because the Flying Eagle is. I know that. Ah, man. I don't think there were two eights in it. Can't remember. But Flying Eagle cent somewhere in there. Um, and the coin show is that's really all centered. I'm not using that to roll up my house. Um, but they were trying to sell it for like, I mean, it was probably worth it, but they were trying to sell it for over $6,000. And I said, nope, I'm not taking my entire savings. I probably have to go to the bank because like twice a year I go to the bank and go get that. Yeah, if you watch Pam's Coins, she actually found some eBay seller was trying to sell a roll of wheat cents, but there was a Flying Eagle Ender, which was pretty cool. So that was in her Buy or Beware series, which I personally love. On a recent trip to Kansas City, God, I am stuttering ridiculously today. But on my trip to Kansas City, Colorado, we are going to the Kansas City Coins and Collectibles. And it was open the day before, but we didn't have time to stop. And then we went the next day, and sign on the door said, sorry, we just went to a coin show. We'll be back next month. And it's like, okay, so specific. You know, I was like, well, darn, because I'm not going back there for a while, so that was unfortunate. But I'm sure I would have saw something older than that Flying Eagle. My goodness. Start talking fast and like I'm not one of the type of people that can multitask really easily, like counting out halves. Yeah, no, not for me. um, but yeah, that was a terrible experience. And they didn't even post it on their Facebook page, so I was very disappointed. That looked like an OFG. No, it's not like I have a medical problem. Thanks for being concerned, though. No, it's not like I need therapy or anything. It's just I was counting out the halves and like getting this, and other things were on my mind, and then I started talking about this and that, and then I was like, oh. But yeah, thanks for being concerned and relating. Um, there was some dirt there. I'm gonna say that's an FG. Hello, Captain Traps Coins. And this is a nice 1995, but nothing special. Alright, FG. I always think it's so funny how, like, in the 80s, the 70s and 80s, half dollars were, like, really thick. And then in the 90s, you get the really thin ones that look like they're only, like, half the size of some of the 80s ones. And then now the NIFCs are about average thickness. So, just curious, do you guys save coins, from, like, the 80s if they're, like, in awesome condition? Would you guys save them from the 80s, or like when do you guys start saving the nice old ones? Now if it's like superior condition, like one of the best ones I've ever seen, and it's like a 80 something, I will save it. Very rarely will save 90s ones. But yeah, um, anything that's super shiny and has great detail from the 70s and later, definitely gonna save it, even if it has some scratches and some cred on it. Anything else, yeah. Mid 70s and below, yeah. When it comes to nickels, it's really nice how you can see the steps on the Monticello on the back. Um, and that's a good indication of if a coin is good or not. Um, I find a lot of 80s coins that have those steps, so I really don't save them unless they're like great detail, like comparable to the new ones that they make today. Um, but yeah, anything mid 70s and older that has superior detail is going to be in my collection for years to come. Had to make my makeshift $half rolls there. And this is really nice because they're the same as customer wrapped rolls, just the only bad thing is balancing them and then pressing the sides in, because you want to make sure that they're tightly wrapped. I'm not sure. I've never really rolled up coins for the bank before, so I don't know if they'll just tear the rolls open and then take the coins out and put them through the cash machine, or if they're actually going to trust me. I do have a feeling, though, that they're not really going to trust me since these are just office paper rolls, and that they're just going to put them through the cash machine. But if they were like the actual customer wrapped rolls, you got a bunch of silver and dollars from your grandpa yesterday? Well, that is awesome. Don't you just love grandparents, how they collect coins? Like I was saying, my S Liberty walking walking Liberty $half from 1935. I got that from my grandma, and yep, another reason to love them. You're going shooting with your uncle, Giovanni? Well, that's cool. You have to leave your friend in the car? That is awesome, you know. If I was watching $half make you holler or something, and I had to leave my phone in the car, you know, I'd be glad to, because going shooting with family, that is fun. You know, hunting, of course, not anything bad. You guys know what I meant, though. 72 with all sorts of cred on it. Goodness. What I hate, like what absolutely makes me mad, is those brand new, not hunting, just, oh, so shooting targets. Yeah, that's fine. You know, you gotta go, you gotta go. Anyway, thanks for the support, you know. Hope to see you on future streams, and, you know, keep up the content on your channel. Alright, well, proof presidential dollar coins. Awesome. Yep, bye, Giovanni. Well, that is actually really cool. Captain Trap's coins. Man, a proof, those proof dollars, man. I love proofs. I'm sure everybody does, but me especially. Um, I'm gonna get my charger here and see if I can plug my phone in, because that's what I'm doing the live on, just because it's the easiest thing. Um, I'll be right back. Hopefully the cord reaches over there, but so just give me a minute, guys. Hopefully this works. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the stream. Do not leave. I will be back. Just give me a moment here. Not gonna end it. Just gonna. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. My phone is, I believe, plugged in. Yep, it's charging. All right. Hopefully, you guys can see everything better. Here's a marked Kennedy. I always hate when people mark coins, and I'm gonna use my magnifying glass here. Yep, there's an FG. Ugh, two nasty Kennedys in a row. Man, I absolutely hate the super nasty ones, like the ones that you can tell have been corroded in water and stuff like that. That's never fun. Substitute. There is an FG. FG. Alright, there's another roll. You know, thanks for joining the stream, everyone. I'm still in the beta phase with live streaming. I'm no expert at it whatsoever. But I do enjoy talking with you guys through chat, and you know, I've seen you guys on Half Dollar Make You Holler, Trey's Treasures live streams, Diggin' Dave's. We are a great community. Something happened there. I am very sorry about that. I don't know. My phone randomly just decided to turn off. But yeah. So. Again, just making rolls of $half here. Nothing special. Just the customer repped kind, I guess. Homemade office paper rolls. Like the stuff you get off of eBay. Alright, $100 worth of halves will be in this next roll. Alrighty, guys, I'm so sorry about that. I'm gonna have to go here. I think my battery was getting a little bit too hot on the phone, so it keeps shutting off, and before it does it again, I know it's out of focus, I don't really care. Goodbye, I hope you enjoyed that. That is not all my finds. I did not show my Canadians and stuff, but, you know. Oh well, hopefully we can see you in the next live stream when that comes about, so. Alright, thanks for joining. Shout out to Giovanni Soto. Hopefully, I know I said the first name right. Don't know about the last, it could be, I'm pretty sure I said that right, but just making sure. Alright, well, thanks for the support, everyone, and hopefully we can see you in the next live stream or video, whichever comes first. Goodbye.